In this lesson, we're going to look at track mats in After Effects. We're going to use masks to create a simple title intro or even a lower third in After Effects. This is very important when creating some really cool animations and adding a little bit of style to your intro. Let's get started. So here I have just a title and a subtitle just ready here to go. Just some static text, nothing really, just basic text that we can change later on for your project. By now you should already know how to animate text, add text, and things like that. So what I'm going to do is create a simple shape. There's so many different ways of doing this, but we're just going to do something simple today. I'm going to come up here and grab my shape layer, and we're going to use a rectangle in this particular case. And my subtitle and my title, both of my text layers are not selected. You can see down here there's nothing selected. And I'm going to draw a box for now. I'm just going to draw a box over title 1, just like that. Okay, and you can see it covered it up. And I'm going to change the color to, let's change it to white in this particular case. All right, so now it's covered up. Well, it's covered up over title, so I'm going to put title right below. I'm going to move title so that's right below my shape layer 1. So title, shape layer 1. And next to title, I'm going to say there's track mat right here. And right now it says there's no mat. And if you don't see this, make sure you have mat selected down here with the second icon in the lower left corner. It says no mat right here. I'm going to say shape layer 1. And now we can see it. Well, what if I turn this back on, and let's go ahead and animate this. And I'm going to set the position for this to be right there. And then I'm going to come out, say, 5 seconds. And I'm going to bring it back, bring it to the left. Just hold down Shift, drag it to the left, like so. Turn it off. What have we got? And you can see over 5 seconds, it goes away. So what we would want to do is, we've got track mat shape layer 1 on for this particular one, but let's click the icon next to it to invert it. And there you go. Let's zoom in for a second and make this a little bit easier to see. So we're going to bring this back to 2 seconds. And I'm going to add motion blur to not my text layer, but I want to add motion blur to my mat, because that's what's moving. Now if I play it back again, if I pause it, you can see there's a little motion blur on the edge of my letters. And so there you go, title 1. All right, so now let's do something different with the subtitle. We're going to grab our rectangle tool again, and this time I'm going to, with nothing selected again, I'm going to drag above title 1 like so. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to grab my selection tool and make that a little bit bigger, move it up, right like that. Okay. And subtitle down here, I'm going to say, it says no mat, I'm going to say shape layer 2. And it's nice that it doesn't have to be right above it. And we're going to say invert that, so now, there it is. But instead of animating shape layer 2, let's animate the subtitle. So I'm going to hit P on my keyboard for position. And at 2 seconds, we'll push it out a little bit. Say position there, we'll come back a little ways and raise it up. Again, turn motion blur on. Let's back it up and see what we've got. There you go. So we've got title 1 coming in and then subtitle coming in down below. Now you can see there's a little bit of a black line in between title 1 and subtitle. If I selected my shape layer, and make sure you have your selection tool selected, I'm going to hold down Shift to kind of move it up a little bit, just so it looks like it's coming out of the bottom of title 1. Yeah, that's much better, and so on. So there you go. That is a very quick way of using a track mat to create some really cool opacity masks, some animations for your titles or lower thirds. I hope this helps out in your project. I will see you in class.